let's go to the next part here that you flagged for us, Ryan, and put it up there on the screen. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin is reconsidering his 2024 bid. Now, the reason why this is interesting is he had already ruled it out in April. Whenever he was asked whether he was going to run for president, he said, quote, "Listen, I didn't write a book. I'm not in Iowa or New Hampshire or South Carolina. I am wholly focused on the Commonwealth of Virginia." However, apparently that has changed in the last few months. Why? Well, it's exactly what we covered yesterday. It's because DeSantis, apparently to Youngkin and to many others, is looking rockier. And Youngkin is thinking, hey, why not me? He says, quote, one of his top advisors told Axios he's reconsidering. He'd be in his own lane. He's not never Trump, and he's not Trump light. A top Virginia GOP strategist told Axios there, quote, serious discussions happening on re-engaging in the presidential race. I did take notice, definitely, Ryan, after he dropped this like Morning in America type video on Twitter 2 days ago. And I was like, what are we doing here? You know, this ain't about Virginia. And can you also explain the convoluted gubernatorial process in Virginia?
Right.
This is why you kind of would want to run for president.
Right. You can be governor again, but not consecutively.
Exactly.
So he's out after this one term.
Yeah.
And so, he's got to find something else to do or go back to Carlisle. And so I think that if you think about Ron DeSantis as sort of like a cork that was keeping the kind of champagne of the Republican primary in the bottle, without his strength anymore, it's uncorked and everybody's coming out.
Right.
Because now, like, we're not going to hold back for DeSantis anymore because DeSantis seems kind of blood in the water, which is quite a reflection. Because that, if you think back to when he was saying he wasn't going to challenge Trump or DeSantis, DeSantis was
doing better,
doing much better.
I mean, and look, a lot can change. DeSantis is literally not even in the race, and apparently we're writing his obituary, which, we have to be careful of, right? Be like, look, he is certainly entering at a disadvantage, but, we've never seen him go up against Trump. At the same time, though, I view it in the same way that I look at the Tim Scott decision, which is, at the end of the day, Tim Scott entering the race it's a zero-sum game. He thinks, I'm better than Ron DeSantis. I'm the guy who can go up against Trump. Nikki Haley doing the same thing. Vivek Ramaswamy doing the same thing. Asa Hutchinson doing the same thing. And what do we learn from all of those people? At an individual level, all of them are doing the right thing. But on a macro level, like if you really believe that Trump is so awful, then you're actually drawing votes away from Ron DeSantis. There's no question about it. You're splitting the field. And Youngkin, look, I don't think Youngkin would ever place that high in a Republican primary. But 4%, 5%, why not? Also, I don't know if people remember this, Virginia is a very important Super Tuesday state, and of which Marco Rubio won last time. I believe it was the only state that even won in 2016. Well, they've got a decent amount of delegates. So now you just robbed DeSantis of a headline probably, or maybe reduced his headline that he would have gotten otherwise in a sweeping victory. Yeah. So again, I pointed this out yesterday. Obama is the reason that the Klobuchar and Buttigieg dropped out in 2020.
Right.
But the GOP does not have that same forcing function for somebody to come in and be like, hey man, you had your chance, it's time to go. Nobody's doing that. No, RNC has no credibility, and Trump himself, he wants as many people in there as possible, and it looks like he's getting his wish.
Right, and one thing that was keeping people out was the nervousness that Trump was going to turn them toxic.
Right.
Like he did to Rubio.
Yes.
Or to Christie to some degree.
Yeah.
And so for him to welcome Tim Scott in and tells other candidates, come on in and bask in my love. It's right. I only hate Ron DeSanctimonious, not you. You're fine.
Yes, and look, I think it's a problem for Ron. I think it's the biggest loser in all of this is Ron DeSantis, especially if Youngkin comes in, because what did we just point out? Youngkin not only could draw from him politically, more importantly, he could draw him from the money. Like he has, not only is he personally wealthy, but he knows a lot of these traditional GOP donors. Northern Virginia is like the hotbed of, GOP consultants, number one. Two, literally used to work for the Carlyle Group and private equity, defense contractors, and all of that. So he would have money well enough to stay in the race, and he would have enough money to stay throughout the time period and also draw money away that would otherwise go to Ron DeSantis for donors who otherwise would not want Trump to run. So overall, this would be a huge blow to DeSantis. For Youngkin himself, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he has to lose by running, actually, since he can't be governor anyways. So he's in a tougher spot than most.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.